They not like us. They not. Just kidding. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of NevaeH Shattered Memories. This is episode 14. We are coming up very fast on the halfway point, which is episodes 15 and 16 of this campaign. Uh, say hi, players.
Not players.
Hi,
players.
players.
Hello, players. Making space.
We have a lot to cover and a little bit of time to do so. I do not anticipate that we're gonna go over like into midnight time zones, and all that jazz. I think we'll still end at a normal time, or maybe potentially even a little bit early as usual. But there's a lot to get to. So please tell the people what happened last episode.
We have to start from the beginning, y'all. We're really good at going back.
We started the episode by waking up in the little port town, and we were trying to get some weapons and things situated, while also trying to find a ship to take us to Ortalis. We talked to a couple different captains. One of them was real with all of us. There was a royal ship that was there that we just don't talk about too much. Eventually, after enough haggling and Ollie trying to finesse him with an emotional sob story that made no sense because he doesn't know how to lie to save his life. They were able to get passage onto the ship. They can go over to Ortalis. During this whole process of trying to find out how to get onto the ship, though, B was trying to leave messages for Marley to let Marley know, hey, this is what we're doing. We're out here. Come find me, girl. I miss you. OMG. Which plot twist, if you don't remember from the last episode before the last one we did, we found out that Marley is actually Beatrix's sister, which, big oof.
Apparently,
out of character.
Out of character, I know, but B is still fucking clueless. Fucking clueless.
Yeah. There was some beef that happened on the ship because B and Ollie were kind of talking about how if anybody ever gets hurt, it's fine because Addie's there and Addie's gonna always heal us up. And Addie was like,
Ollie, you said that. I did not say that. And I did not agree to that either.
Hey, Ollie's not going down by himself. Fuck that. Ollie said some stuff, but Ollie wasn't being serious about it, but Addie took it very serious because of the conversation she had with her mother, how she was telling her like all they're gonna do is just use you and stuff, and then once they get everything out of you, then it's like fuck it, blah blah blah. So she was like, screw you, and then she was like, and B, you're able to do your own thing, but all you do is follow me around like a puppy. And I was like, God damn, that's crazy. Check your tone talking to her like that. So then we're kind of beefing. We're taking this ship over towards Ortalis. Then there's a giant ledge at the end of the world type deal, crossing over into the Veil. We go through it. We make it to some crazy funky island. Liam is there, a handsome man on the screen that you can see right there. He let us know about some portal magics and his relation to like Alice and just a lot of crazy things and why we can't do certain things when we're in Umbral and Astral and just a bunch of crazy stuff.
Very early in the episode, B and Addie had tried to access the Umbral energy within them. B had a burst of success, which burst Addie's concentration with her excitement. So Addie ended up not being successful. But Liam did explain why we couldn't actively control it.
If I recall, wasn't it something to do with sacrifice?
No, it has everything to do with our umbral soul being shattered, but in our body.
Real quick, Onyx, your camera is cutting off like your lips. Raise it up like just a smidge.
I have my computer at an angle because it was overheating. Hold on, let me change that.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure you were fully visible.
Liam also mentioned that he has access to portal magics that can get us pretty much anywhere that we want to go, potentially even to the Fey realm. When is another question on that one. And that he understands and knows all of our families' histories and lineages, because it does him well for him to know those things. Ray gave Addie Liam's journal. And it was saying, don't come to Ortalis. fucking on every page, it has an indentation on the back that perfectly fits a cog. So Addie has an idea with that. But it turns out any of Halo's kids can write in the journal when they want.
Oh, and there was a boat that just, like, we were on a fucking boat and just went off a fucking, like, non-existent. God, like, why does everybody keep forgetting this? Like, Jesus, that was terrifying. Okay.
Like, end of the world status.
Could have been worse.
Flat Earther theories.
There's no version of getting on a boat that will not be terrifying. Think about it. In any campaign,
boats are not safe in
boats in general.
In E's world, like, just don't do it.
Generally, not a good idea.
In my defense, I put you in an isolated space you can't get out of. Come on now, I gotta have fun with it. It's just, it's.
To be fair, you've done it with lakes that we were walking past. Okay, we're just like, water? No.
Remember when you floated over that lake?
The one exception. I felt a lot more safe on the boat than I did on land in dark waters.
That's fair. That's completely
But that's
fair.
the one exception.
Yeah.
I was a bard and had weapons on the boat.
Yeah. You got onto that land, it's like, All right.
I gotta get to the boat.
Last but not least, alphabetically or from, yeah. Tell the people who you are, who you play, and where they can find you. I know it's been a while, so I want to make sure we are properly introducing y'all and giving y'all the proper hashtags.
Yeah. I am Cole. I play Adriana Andreas. You can find me here on Roll for Trauma and R4T Plays, doing traumatic things that will make me cry and yell. Or in the Roll for Trauma Discord.
Onyx, and I play Beatrix Delphine, and you can find me here and on TikTok under Icy Onyx, and yeah, it's basically there. I don't go anywhere else really.
I am Capri. I almost said my real name, and I am playing Marley. And you can find me on the R4T server or here playing the D&Ds. I was gonna say here on Discord. I am on Discord. Otherwise, and anywhere in your local chapter. Anyways,
I'm Scarecrow. I play Marrow this campaign, and you can find me here on Roll for Trauma or on R4T Plays.
Deontay, I play Olafir Waylian. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Dapper_Macon 2.0. You can also find me here. You can find me on Disney Channel. I'm just kidding. Bump.
Hi, I'm Violet. I play Raven Finley, and you can find me right here on Roll for Trauma.
And I'm Eddie. You already know what it is. Let's get things going. We already got a subscription. Beautiful.
Wait, before we start, and that's what you missed last time on Dragon Ball Z. It's the thing that happens to you every time.
Right,
I'm like, I get yelled at when I don't do it.
On Dragon Ball Z.
And before we start, I need to take a poll because I have a subscription I can use. When do you guys want me to wait?
Whether you use it now or not, for these, for anyone who rolls, I'm writing a little list, and all of your effects will come into play as well as your rolls at a specific point this episode. Because one, I'm trying to
I don't like this anymore.
And two,
damn. Not because reasons.
Already.
God love him.
What did you do, Marley?
It's because Cole had to look for their pants in the mirror, and so
I'm gonna absolutely throw hands with you.
Yeah, let's get things going. Y'all have made it to the city, and I do have a map. I'm gonna pull it back up on the screen.
It didn't show.
I love maps.
Why right there?
Did it share it?
He hasn't pulled it up yet.
I just resubscribed, but it didn't pop in the side frame.
Oh, it won't if you resubscribe. If you already had a subscription.
Unless you hit the share button.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Oh well.
I've lost the map, so I'm just gonna grab it out of the folder and drag it on down again.
There goes the map. There goes the map. There goes.
Yeah, that's
season 3 maps. We are specifically in Ortalis. I will specifically show you Ortalis.
I think so.
There we go. You guys are in the top right-hand corner at the city of Karna. As you can see, Ortalis itself is very big, and I have a feeling that by the end of this episode, you're not going to stay here long, but you're more than welcome to. Don't forget, it's a very open world game. Where you go is 100% up to y'all, and if you don't make a decision, I'm going to make it for you. But this is Ortalis, and it's multiple islands. It's the archipelagos. You guys are in Karna. You're on the far right side.
I want to go to
that. Onyx, that does count. But you are a player, so I will be able to decide the fate of who that one goes to as well. So we have 3 guaranteed rolls later on. Liam looks to you all, with the exception of Marty, who is not currently present in the party. And he goes, well, guess it's about time we got to the castle. Off in the distance of Karna, aside from, just to give a recap for the audience, aside from the wondrous town of magic that's been infused into almost steampunk-like technology, off in the distance you can see a series of towers that at first glance wouldn't look like a castle, but upon further study you can see that the collection of buildings actually interlock into one another, creating a single excessively dominant structure that towers over the rest of the city. However, it is also brightly illuminated with semi-transparent, like stained glass that allows light to shine through and give an aurora borealis-like effect, even in the daytime, over the entirety of the town. It's about 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon at this point, and Liam wastes no time as he starts walking down the main street, heading oh, gotcha, boss. Heading directly up towards the castle. It's a little bit of a walk. You guys feel free to discuss amongst yourselves or talk to Liam as you head forward.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yes. I can't hear you.
Oh, my character would not know that it is not hereditary what's going on with her, correct?
What specifically?
Like with the hearing of voices and the things with Nirabala.
I have no idea how we got here, but so I can't.
I was going to ask Liam a question, but if my character already knows the answer, I'm not going to.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand. So from the past, your character has never experienced voices in her head, though she does know that some followers of Nirabala do talk about having voices in their head that are leading them towards their divine path. Everyone is so quiet.
Well,
I'm
okay.
just gonna continue the dialogue.
Okay, so Liam, I have a question.
Liam stops and looks at you, and he's kind of just walking backwards. Yes.
I'll meet you up because I mean we are walking towards the castle. I know I'm short, but I'll make do. I promise. Just double the steps.
He goes, what can I help you with, little halfling?
So, well, I'm sure you've already done it. Well, you said you've done your research, and you know I'm a follower of Nirabala. Well, I have a son, and what are the signs? Because, I mean, I know everybody thought I was crazy when I was talking to a deity that was in a dagger. Is that hereditary? Is that something I have to worry about with him?
No. He kind of looks at you and smiles, because people that follow Nirabala are pretty much known to be heretics. But he looks at you with an aspect of like comfort, and he goes, what your son chooses to believe will ultimately decide whether or not he has voices in his head, I should imagine.
Thank you. I know it seems probably irrelevant, but it's been weighing on me since the whole dagger thing, and we didn't really stumble upon any real resources afterwards, and thank you.
He goes, I'm incredibly unfamiliar with the whole dagger thing, but I'm glad it worked out for you.
That might be a story over dinner. Yeah, that's a lot.
We've got great food.
On this technology, this like the gate.
Oh yes.
Is that everywhere here?
Not across all of Ortalis. Most of Ortalis is actually rather wild, due to some precarious events a couple centuries ago. Anyways, here in Karna, we have been trying our best to revolutionize magic and technology into a new age. We've spent far too long swinging swords around, and while the invention of guns using gunpowder or even magically charged metals has had its positives and negatives in places like Kalen and war-strong providences, it's not the limit of what we can do. And if we can enhance people's lives by bringing magic and technology together, then that's what we strive for. So hopefully in the next decade or so, the technology that is being created here is everywhere. But for now, we keep it safe and protected.
Many people are here.
Most everyone here is a refugee, actually. Ortalis went through a very potent, let's say, calamity. And many people fled to here because they recognized that the best way to keep astral and umbral energy from destroying everything you love is to put it somewhere where astral and umbral energy could be controlled and contained appropriately. So they were safe from that calamity, and I wish we could have rescued more, but to my knowledge and to my count, including newborns, we're probably looking at well over 1,500 people.
That's wonderful.
Not nearly enough. The town can host 100,000 with ease, but too little too late.
She holds up her fingers and rubs them together, and she goes, "Speaking of the magic, it's thick here. It's heavy here, all of it."
He nods and points to the castle. He goes, "Yeah, well, we actually funnel it through the castle. That's no ordinary castle. It's actually a huge mechanism my siblings and I built. Essentially, we funnel magic in and out of Ortalis, almost like an air conditioner. You don't know what a conditioner is. Okay. Imagine your body, and you eat food, and then it comes out of you, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's a weird way to describe it, but that's true.
He kind of looks like, how do I explain this to people that haven't lived here?
We've used funnels to put things into bottles with small holes.
Yes, but that is only half of the step. Bringing magic in is not an issue. Anyone can pull or push. We have learned to move it in and out in a continuous rotation of sorts across all of Ortalis. We're hoping to erect more buildings like such. Essentially, we are purifying magic using this structure.
Like filtering it, like you would water for drinking.
Yes.
Okay. I'm fascinated.
Magic. Oh yes, you had a question.
I just wanted, while he was talking about this whole magic thing, can I roll a maybe insight on if this is a good idea to go to this castle, or is it a trap? I don't know. He's filtering magic in and recycling it out, but what's fueling it?
So there's nothing that he's particularly saying or doing that would warrant your insight roll to be beneficial. Like, he's not acting in a certain way. He's just kind of monologuing and explaining. I'd say that that's more of Beatrix's own concerns and superstitious, which is rightfully so. But it might be better to decipher a targeted question to him and then use insight against that to see if you believe in his response. Does that make sense?
Yes. I will just pay attention to the conversation.
Yeah, because telling you a cookie recipe does not tell you if they're poisoned or not. But if you go, are they poisoned? Then you can gauge, from that point forward.
As Addie processes his last answer about the castle and the funneling and filtering of the magic, she has a switch click on in her brain, and she goes, so we were talking back there about why I couldn't control the umbral energy, right? And how it was like a faucet and it needed control. Is there a mechanism that's like travel sized that could help with that?
I'm afraid not. There's much more at stake here than just magic. I'm sure all of you at this point have realized that magic is only a portion, a fragment of what makes you who you are. Whether you are bound to it and you cast relentlessly, or whether you have minor tricks and feats, but they enhance your every move of a sword. That's minimal. The heart and the soul that you put into what you do carries much more weight, and we cannot quantify that in any level of numerical value. You are asking for a machine that can tell you the weight of a soul and then how to use it. We don't have that. Soul magic itself can't do that. These are
really kind of hoped only because you already told me my soul is broken.
Well, yeah.
So
that much is just evident. He kind of chuckles.
What energizes? Like, what, I guess, fuels this function?
The machine fuels itself. Essentially, myself and my siblings were, and have always been, able to direct this magic. Cumulatively, we've combined it into one area and directed it into one area. From there, the proverbial windmill just keeps spinning.
That's why your nose is the same.
We've got titles, yes. It kind of laughs. I don't consider myself a saint. I try to be a scientist.
But you take care of those. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I'm not going to forget what I was going to say.
Okay. But you do use it to take care of your so-called refugees here.
Somebody has to.
Could they not take care of themselves?
What we have here, we gained ourselves. We grow ourselves. We nurture ourselves. The goal is not to be a closed-off society. It's to be a prepared one. And my travels beyond Ortalis, hell, beyond Karna, I am aware of the dangers. And so is the town. No one is trapped here. We know better. We have experienced. You are all fortunate, to my knowledge, anyways, to not have had to have those experiences, to not see what it's like to have the dead walk among you, to not deal with fallen heavens. These people have. And before they walk out into the unknown, they fully plan to be prepared for that. And our goal is to help them, not in building an army, but in building a future. Trust and believe. I've scoured. I met you in Estelion, was it?
Mm-hmm. Right before the sky shattered?
Mm-hmm. Precisely.
So, the heavens didn't fall, but the sky did break.
And you would subject civilians to that?
No. You misunderstand. I meant we've experienced things that most people probably won't, or at least in our hopes won't.
To my knowledge, Ortalis is the only viable continent where the shatterings are not happening. You may have survived a very dangerous encounter, but you are not the only ones. I'm sure you know that as well. No matter.
So, I'm curious, Liam. You said the castle works like a filter. What exactly does it filter out?
Magic is not inherently good or bad. Dark magic can be used to heal, light magic can be used to destroy. But what magic is an ever-swelling yin and yang concoction of chaos and order. Ortalis endured chaos. It destroyed civilization beyond very few settlements. That chaos has not subsided. But we take the many different strands of all of that chaos. We push it through a funnel, if it were, and we allow it to be sent outwards in order. Funny enough, actually, you should see it. I'm hoping that you will. We have a machine. It is, let's call it a door that can lead you anywhere. Except instead of one door, multiple doors. All of these different magics fuel these different doors. So let's say I'm here and I want to go to Asaria. Okay, well, there is a door that will take me to a potent place of magic in Asaria, connected to that same magic we are filtering in. As long as
well, if what you say is true, that sounds like precisely where we need to go.
Well, there are a great many doors. So far, we've successfully built 4. Creating them and them sustaining themselves is not so easy. But if your desire, as you mentioned before, is to go home, we do have a door that can lead you back to the Fey Realm.
Why build such a thing?
Fey magic is equally as potent in Ortalis. It has eldritch magic, soul magic, mind magic, astral, and umbral. All of it in a swirl of chaos and devastation. If we filter it in, we have to sort it. It's like a battery. Do you know what a battery is? You may not know what a battery is. I'll explain. Imagine you've got a ball full of energy and it's just bouncing around like crazy. And you take a cable and you put it on one end and then you put it on the other end. All you've done is allowed that energy to have another place it can go, but it's not being spent. Eventually that container is bound to break. But by putting a door, that energy can be used. Except instead of us using it, we are filtering it out. We are taking the overabundance and we are allowing it to spread across the road.
So I misunderstood when you said filter earlier. You mean more of a redirect?
A redirect.
Because when you said filter, I assumed that you were taking something out of the magic and then redirecting what was left.
I understand. I simply meant that we are filtering the chaos, or sorting it. I suppose filter could be the wrong word. Don't get me wrong, Ortalis keeps its fair share. Without magic, the lands would cease to exist, dry up, oceans would disappear.
Sure. Filter can mean sort. I just misunderstood what you meant.
Of course, of course. Perhaps it'd be better if I show you all. I've got a wonderful helper who's been here for about a day, really, but they brought me back a gear that I definitely needed, and we've got the machine up and running since then.
Well, I, for one, would love to see how this works.
Do you have some scrolls or anything that would give further details on it that maybe the assistant wouldn't have?
I'm afraid everything's in the book one of you has. He kind of laughs.
Well, the last thing I saw in the book was "Don't come to Ortalis" on every page.
Yeah, I feel like Liam should know about that.
Well, in an effort to be as forthcoming as possible, we are all mentally tethered to the book, and we can all write notes and passages to it. As you're aware, I have siblings, and they don't all agree with what's going on in the world, to put it simply.
Which sibling wrote in the book? Can you tell us?
That much I cannot.
Who doesn't agree?
A couple.
I mean, yeah, this...
I mean, I'm assuming... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
I assume that Liam was a lot more like-minded with his sisters when that incident happened. That was so unfortunate a while back.
Wait, which?
When I cleaved him in half, right? Like, it's... we've since then learned that's not true. So
right.
Obviously he has at least one sister that obviously doesn't want us to be anywhere near this.
Well, I mean, I can name one.
Yeah, but other than that, I have no clue.
I mean, Melanie. He said Melanie's a sister, and she did tell us, basically gave us a suicide pact.
Yeah. You're right.
She was.
Also, while we have you, Liam,
He goes,
can you tell us in any way, shape, or form how to protect ourselves against that nightmare of a puppet master you have that you call a sister?
Whoa. He goes, all right, a little harsh, but fair. You know, Mother wasn't always out on top of her game, but man, that's kind of a loaded question. And he stops at this eatery, and they've got food on a conveyor belt with multiple different plates. Are any of you hungry? And he just grabs a plate and he sits down.
Do we have to go inside?
No, it's all outside.
No, Mero searches for meat.
Then I'm happy to sit down and have dinner with you.
The meat looks like beef. It looks like steak. Probably isn't. But it's insert wild animal that tastes like steak.
Oh, it's fine with me.
This is weird, man. Let's not get into it. So he's sitting there eating something that looks like froyo. And he goes, okay. I think you all have a lot of questions, and I feel like the more I speak, the more questions you'll have. That's understandable. There's a lot to take in. So let's start at the top. Who has my book?
She reaches into her satchel and like pulls it out. I do.
He goes, please, I'll take it.
She like looks at Raven and just like hands it to him.
By all means, it was his to begin with, but you're not getting your gold back.
He goes, that's fine. Please keep it if you need it. He opens the book to a random page and it immediately starts like drawing on its own. And it shows like a pyramid. And at the top of the pyramid, it says Halo. And he goes, all right. In order for you to understand what you can kill and how you can survive against it, you have to know where you kind of sit on this food chain. Does that make sense? All right. If Halo here...
I have a guess.
What?
I have a guess.
He goes, you know what? I'm here for it. Go ahead.
The big bottom layer. That's where I am.
He laughs and he goes, not even close, actually. Funny enough. It's, in fact, why you are all inherently special. You're definitely not at the bottom layer. And he goes, well, if Halo's at the top, the bottommost layer would be the flora and fauna around. And you see it kind of just fill in. I.e., anything without any real level of sentience. Rabbits, birds, creatures that really just talk to themselves and work on their id. You know, kill or be killed, survive, breed, poop, shit, sleep. They know the basic functions in life. That's the bottom of the barrel. Slightly above that would be anyone you've ever met that only lives on the astral or the umbral. So what do you think's above that?
Maybe the people that can move between them?
Yes, exactly. Funny enough, though, the people that can move between them still primarily only live on one side. Now, I do not mean you guys in the sense that your other side is dead. I mean that you have a doppelganger on the other side, but you have the ability to traverse both. Perfect example. Didn't you meet someone who turned into a tree?
Oh,
Oh my God,
he was
please. I'm gonna start
heartbreaking.
crying again.
Perfect.
We
Okay.
have some regrets, yeah.
And where did you meet him? Astral
Speak for
or Umbral?
yourself.
Astral.
Perfect. Did you ever meet his Umbral side?
He was the Umbral side, I believe.
Did you ever meet his Astral side?
No.
So where is his Astral side?
That's a great question.
Well, the answer is probably a tree somewhere at this point in his life because they're inherently connected. You already know this. There's two versions of that connection. Either A, you can't traverse and your life follows, or B, you can traverse and your life follows.
So, the reason we're special is our umbral sides have passed and we have not still, and that
Bingo.
was however long ago.
Exactly. But this isn't a minor thing. It hasn't happened. In the last 250 years, people like you have not existed.
Until 10 years ago.
Aesthetically, anyone on the astral side is composed of astral energy. If you were to dissect them and put them on a lab, you would find their cells to be brimming with astral energy. Whatever other makeup they may have, it's still astral. Anyone on the umbral side, still umbral, regardless of whether they could cross or not. Some people can, some people have that power. Some people can see the other side. They can cross that veil, but that doesn't equal that they themselves are both. Zavala is one such person. Now, you have both, but you have an unequal balance of both.
Now, because one side died, right?
Because one side is dormant, not because it's died. It's like half of a bottle of water is frozen.
But broken.
Not broken, frozen. If you are to drink half a bottle of water, and the other half you can't access, you can't get out of the jug because it's frozen, doesn't mean that it's not there. You just can't utilize it. Your genetic makeup is both. For all intents and purposes, you have damn near the same genetic makeup that me and my sisters do. The only difference is you don't have the ability to access it.
Or have we not discovered the ability?
Is there a way to change that?
I don't know. Again, you're all anomalies. I'm hoping that being here might shed some light, but I can't discern that.
You use some very disturbing language, sir. You're not going to try to strap me down to a table and dissect me, are you?
Yeah, what I've gathered is you're just as curious as we are.
Of course I am, but if I wanted to go on such a route, I would have taken the opportunity to do that before I gave you the whole spiel. I like to imagine you don't consider me the one of the bad guys at this point. I mean, if you do, by all means, there's 5 of you, so
Well,
no,
you've got a good swing. We can, we can try this again in a few weeks.
The fact that you can rematerialize and you haven't used that to ambush us yet speaks
Thank you.
pretty clearly.
But that's to that same effect. The reason I can do such a thing, the reason why I have this proverbial eternal life, is because I am considered a perfect ethereal creature. And the
Because
book signs up, and it's right beneath Halo. It says perfect ethereals. Imperfect ethereals are people who are not balanced. Underneath them, you just have astral or umbral people who can traverse, and underneath them, you have astral and umbral people who cannot, and underneath that, you have the very ground you walk on. My siblings are also perfect ethereal creatures. They are balanced.
All of them?
To my knowledge.
Balance doesn't mean mentally stable.
Correct.
That is a fact.
It just means that the genetic makeup is equal. The bottle is fully thawed, and they don't choose a side to drink from. It's all mixed in. If they cast any aspect of magic, it's equal parts astral and equal parts umbral. I believe in time you will all learn how to do the same. And the more you access that other half of you, the more you will be like my siblings. There's just one problem. Whatever agenda it is that you're on is interfering with this process. For example, and he looks to Olafir, you are drenched in eldritch magic. So much so that it may affect your DNA in time. If it does, you may be the first among us who is not astral and umbral, since the universe rewrote itself and all of that jazz. You might break the mold on what the universe has been, which on one end sounds fantastic. On the other end, can you still exist if that happens?
You skimmed over a pretty heavy sentence there, bud. The universe rewrote itself?
We don't have time for what we don't have time for. Long story short, all the magics that you've ever experienced in your life once were as natural in the world as everything else, hence why we funnel it through a machine, because this is where that inevitable crisis happened. However, in the same wake of that, my mother, before she turned into her darker half, released, or not released, sealed all of that magic into different artifacts and closed and pushed the borders and the boundaries of those other worlds out of all of Asaria, thus leaving people with only astral and umbral magic, but the ability to access these other magics as they see fit. Your drive towards Nirabala is not because you have Nirabala magic in you, it's just what you seek and what you will learn how to cast in time. Doesn't make you any less astral and umbral, but him, you have a relic. You have essentially the genetic code of eldritch magic.
Which is why she wants the relics.
With enough relics, you can rewrite things once again.
Okay.
So in essence, you can become an essence of that magic.
Precisely.
If you are a perfected being.
But
I'm going to become an eldritch core? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know. To be honest, no one who's ever sought a relic has survived when it's in its hands. The fact that you have it makes sense given that you're an ethereal creature.
Also, just to be clear, it's not given enough. It's given all of the relics according to your sister. Which was the suicide pact she had us make.
Yes. Because she has a vendetta against your mother, and mother's dark side or something needs them,
She
so
doesn't
it's
want
like...
your mother to change her game.
Yeah.
My wonderful sister, Melanie, is troubled. She's older than me. And she knows more about this world than I perhaps will ever know, since so much of it has been erased. But it's never been erased from her mind. She's lived far too long, and it has absolutely made her deranged. I don't believe in what she seeks, and I don't believe in how she seeks it, but I understand and I empathize. I suppose that's what family does.
More, I meant that she informed us it has to be all of the relics in your mother's possession for your mother to rewrite the world.
When you have the genetic makeup of all 6 relics, you will have the genetic makeup, the fabric, so to speak, that creates the quilt of which we all lie under. At which point, you can choose which threads are most prominent. You can change things how you see fit.
So, technically, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Liam, but
Just Liam,
because Olafir has a relic, we've already technically put a wrench in that plan so long as your mother doesn't get Ollie, correct?
That would be correct. Unless
Except
the relic becomes him. My goal with this machine isn't just to save Artalis, but it's to provide you a means to balance the relic's power so that you don't become it.
That sounds a lot more desirable than your sister's ideology, not gonna lie.
I understand that stopping my mother is important, My desire, and my siblings that are here, we believe that the very essence of magic should return to Asaria. It shouldn't be in a relic form, and it shouldn't be in the hands of another. Now, I won't pry it out of you. Lord knows if you die, it will just disappear. But if even one can reach this machine, and we can properly filter, funnel, store, relocate enough of that magic within you,
No
no one
suicide.
else can succeed. And you get to keep a cool relic. What did it look like, by the way? I always hoped mine was like a shiny orb that just followed me around and said weird things.
Yours?
I don't have one personally, but if I ever found one, oh, that'd be
Oh,
amazing.
okay.
I just materialize it out of my hand. I'm like, it's a pretty freaking cool greatsword, not gonna lie.
He goes, yeah, you can put it away now. Sorry, just having flashbacks of the last time we met. No biggie.
But that
Sorry,
one was
as
the
I
one.
put it away, I'm like, I didn't even do it, but I
He
get
goes,
that.
listen, I'm taking a risk, okay? It doesn't, I can't materialize overnight. It takes time. I'm not really a fan of it. If y'all really wanted to, there's nothing stopping you from killing us, taking over, being the bad guys, if that's what it is you want to do. I don't know. The only thing that I know is, and he goes back to the triangle and he points at it, at the top of the food chain is something that shouldn't have more power.
Yeah, speaking of that, you said you've been around a long time. You rematerialize. How long is a long time? I'm so curious. You look so young.
He goes, 500 or 600 years.
Baby.
7. I'll lose track.
That option does seem much more favorable than a suicide pack or getting taken out by we fought her once, if you recall. Like,
He goes, wait, which one are we talking about?
wasn't it Halo? The Dark Halo that attacked us like eons ago?
You know what?
She killed us all and then reset it. Do you remember this? Am I crazy? Was it Halo?
It was a roll for trauma.
It was Halo, though.
Thing
was
that
Halo,
came
though.
up. It was Halo.
It was definitely Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a trauma roll.
He goes, yeah, I can imagine that she's probably got her eyes on you. But good news, she can't get here.
Can't get here or can't see here?
Both.
Why?
I'm assuming Magitech.
No, not Magitech, actually. Just purely magic. Ortalis is the deathbed of her good side. And it's had some positive effects. At least when it comes to Mother.
I'm sad.
Hey, I'm a little curious.
Just a little too much concentration of magic. She can't see through it. It's like a thick layer of fog.
Yeah. Listen, I can understand hiding from your mom.
That's not how I looked at it personally, but I see the connection. Personally,
Do you guys want to
a lot of your family.
Do you guys want to go look at this machine?
I'd love to.
He goes, good, because I'm done with my goop. And he puts the bowl back on the conveyor belt.
Gross.
Goop? What did it taste like? I'm just curious.
It's sort of like a lime, except just the rind, but also really healthy in like a good way. Like, I'm mad that I ate it, but I'm happy for my body type of vibe.
That's gross.
I don't make the rules.
He just starts lime walking. Yogurt?
He just starts walking.
Raven follows behind him.
Yeah, Addie runs up to walk beside him.
As y'all are walking, there's what looks like a shooting streak of light in the sky heading directly towards you. And without missing a beat, it stops right beside Liam and materializes to his brother. And they just start having a conversation.
Hi?
And he goes, yes, hold on just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ollie.
Yes.
Can you make sure I don't get thrown into a machine, and I'll make sure you don't get thrown into a machine?
It'd be a lot harder for me to get thrown into a machine seeing how big I am, but I'll definitely look out for you and kind of like hold out for like a fist bump.
Raven leans back and looks at Ollie. I'm definitely throwing you in the machine.
Hey, listen, like I said, I tripped, okay? I was gonna jump with you in my
Right. Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, magical glowing man who's not glowing anymore but was once a glowing orb. Hi, who are you?
He sighs and looks and he goes, oh, God. Are they pets? Are they what are these? Wait, are those? And he looks back to Liam. He's like, should they just start whispering again and start walking? He's like, I know.
We're right
here.
What happened there?
Perception. Try to hear it.
You.
The newcomer stops, and he looks to Olive and he goes, I'm Levi. Glad to be of service.
Pleasure to meet you, Levi.
And he goes, I should hope so. So long as you don't end up a burning pile of Lord knows what. I'm sure it'll be great.
Why would that happen, Levi?
He goes, oh, you haven't heard? You haven't heard? He hasn't told you everything about the machine?
Well, nothing about a burning pile of goop. I missed that bit.
Oh, it's actually quite simple. We strap you in a chair, right? And it's got these two prongs, and you hold them very tightly. Then these clamps come down, and Liam goes, Levi, would you stop? Quit messing with them. It's
insight check.
None of that.
Insight check. Is he lying or is he telling the truth?
Roll an insight check.
Is he taller than me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I would just look up at him as he's like saying this to him. I'm like, okay. All right. Listen, clearly you're scaring the little ones.
25.
He's not lying.
He's not fucking lying, Ollie. He's not lying. I'm hiding behind Ollie at this point.
Liam goes, listen, there's nothing wrong with the machine. There's just people that shouldn't sit in it. That's all. You all will be fine. You have
sure about
etherical combination and makeup to survive any aspect of extraction.
Well, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you told me that it's slowly starting to rewrite my genetic makeup, who's and what's, and I'm turning more Eldritch than Astro Umbra. I'm very
definitely
confused
didn't say any of that. I said that is the inevitability that will take place. But as of right now, you seem fine.
Do you mean I'm slowly turning into an Eldritch Horror?
Nope.
Got it.
Once again, you are not slowly turning into. You will slowly be turning into. I'm guessing you haven't used this relic.
Yes, I have actually. And I did some really cool stuff. I killed tons of giant spider creatures. There was a living nest and everything. You should have seen it, dude. It was so cool. Things caught on fire. It was crazy.
Lisa goes, really? That's crazy. A living nest? Man.
Yeah.
How big was it?
It was humongous.
Yeah?
So I'm like starting to have the conversation
like
with
5
him.
feet?
I'm like, it was way bigger than that.
Way bigger than that? Oh, so you haven't seen the baby ones? You haven't seen the small ones?
Like stories.
What? No, we saw the baby ones. It was a mixture of it all. It was crazy.
The big ones are the old ones. They're nothing to worry about. The ones that are fast, that are just legs and a ball, those are the worst because they just run up and explode spiders on you. Oh god, it's beautiful. Mother Nature, right?
Yeah. Honestly, that does sound kind of cool. Hey, listen, maybe when we're done here, we can go and find some. And
I
then,
know where some are actually.
Oh, that is so awesome. Okay,
it's a date.
Have fun. Hope you can find a healer. And she continues towards the castle.
Liam rolls his eyes and continues towards the castle as well.
I gotta run up to Liam. Hey, do you know how to talk to a friend that thinks that you said something really insensitive and it was joking and they took it the wrong way and you're trying to fix that because you're so pissed over something that wasn't that serious?
Well, seeing as I can telepathically communicate with anyone I consider a friend, they just know how I feel at all times, and I'm true to my heart. So, no, I don't have that problem.
How do I learn that?
Be a better friend? I don't know. And he just walks
No,
towards the
I'm talking
castle.
about no, telepathically communicating. Okay, like like the emotions. Like, hey, you're worried about how I feel about you. Here you go. I send it all.
He goes, I don't know. It's my siblings. I'm born this
I
way. I don't have all the
understand.
answers.
I know.
Anywho, right before the castle is a small little ravine, that looks empty, and the moat, and he like presses a button, and like the drawbridge comes down and everything, and he goes, "Hey, do not step off of this thing, okay?"
Okay.
Cool. And he starts walking across.
It's not empty, is it?
Looks empty.
It's not what I asked.
I know.
I'm not jumping. I'm just from one curious person to another. You should understand.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
Raven
going to ask any more
followed.
questions.
I'm gonna instinctively try to reach down first, but then
Oh,
see
God.
that everyone's like walking away, and I'm like,
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
no, I didn't touch it. I said I was thinking about it. Constitution saving throw, fine.
Damn, that's wild. Sounds like the Dark Ocean might have found its way into Asaria.
Oh fuck no!
Not the Dark Ocean.
Mind magic is present here, though, so like I'm not crazy.
Say what?
I mean, nothing crazy. I just got a nat 1 on that. I mean, with my modifier, it's a 5, but I got a nat 1.
As you're reaching down into the water, you can feel a hand slide over yours and interlock into your fingers, and it pulls your hand back, and it says, "Don't do it. It's not your turn to join us." And as you look over your shoulder, one of your militant comrades that didn't really make it, that you are very, very, very fond of, is over your shoulders, and he shimmers and disappears. You're taking 1 point of mind damage.
You mean emotional damage? The fuck?
Emotional damage.
Damn.
Oh,
Damn, that's crazy.
equally.
When you finally snap out of it and look, everyone's already crossed, and they are standing at the doors that are opening. Standing directly at the doors that are opening is Marley. Levi immediately runs up and picks up Marley and goes, "Oh my God, you are the bestest helper."
I'm so glad I could be of service.
I'm so glad that my brother could finally find your friends.
Hey,
If I didn't bother anything. Hi.
Hey.
So remember I was talking to that dude in the tavern?
Yeah.
So I tried to get on a boat with him because I knew we were gonna go here anyways. And so he said he had a boat. That didn't go through because obviously a small little sailboat isn't going to get us anywhere. So I left him, and while I was walking back to the tavern, I ran into Liam over here.
Imagine my surprise.
It was great. And so Liam said that he was actually going to Ortalis, and I was like, cool, I'll just hitch a ride.
I didn't know that she was with you all, for the record. I mean, her chemical makeup is the direct inverse, but still, it was a spectacle.
It's
Right,
crazy
but
because
she knew she was
that
with
she was
us.
with us. And I kind of
I
looked
mean,
at
you
her
all
like,
needed sleep, and I haven't really.
girl, we're dealing with the fate of the world shattering.
I want to roll an insight check. I think she's full of shit.
Go ahead and roll it.
God damn it, I got a 16.
You believe her.
Yeah, crazy how that works.
I
kind of just like walk
So
up on
sorry
her.
that I didn't tell the people that have, one, threatened my life, as she points to Marrow, two, disregarded me, as she points to Oliver, three, chose someone else over their newly found gift when I don't even know why I'm here, as she points to B, and, like, question me. I'm sorry if I didn't enjoy being surrounded by that. So I chose a night out, and I got us here. Well, I
Levi,
got me
So
here.
you got you
You
here.
didn't
Levi,
get us here at
Levi looks
all.
to you all and he goes, if it helps, she did tell Liam that you guys needed to be here, and here you are. Sorry you had to hit your own ride.
I thought you were just trying to get laid. I didn't know you wanted me to be up your butt. Like, I mean,
Well, I mean, that's why Liam has brothers, but that's beside the point.
You can hear footsteps coming downstairs, and you can hear, oh, I have had quite enough of this squabble. Are these the ones? I'm changing the picture to this one because it has all of them in it, and it'll fit better.
She's so pretty.
This woman's coming down, and she's got a book in her hand, and a quill in her other hand, and she looks at all of you passively, and not like disregarding you, but more in the sense of like almost like a checklist in her head, like she's not studying you, just confirming what she's already studied.
Is it ready for them to view?
She goes, yes, it is. Glad you could bring that piece.
I found out where the gear goes, guys.
Yeah, kind of funny, don't you think?
I mean, I don't know. It's funny that it would be in a completely different realm. I don't know how it got into like a small town in the Umbral side, but
Liam goes,
at
that might
least
have been my fault, but let's skip over that. And Lucy looks at him with eyes to kill, but she goes, yes, we'll glance over that one.
Like in exactly the town that Melanie was puppeteering.
with your sister.
Levi, like, he does like one of those like side whispers, and he goes, let's just say sometimes Liam needs a vacation.
She, Marley, like, turns up her nose just a bit at Liam and goes with Levi if they're starting to walk over.
Yeah, they've started up the stairs. Levi looks back and goes, well, come on now. Don't be shy, or take your time. Either way, up the stairs to the left, you'll see a grand room. It's in there. And they continue forward.
What's your name, miss? I didn't catch it.
She stops at the stairs and she looks to y'all. She goes, Lucy, please don't confuse me with my ridiculous sisters. I may have been the third born, but I promise I was the best born, including with these mongrels.
Period.
Oh my gosh, she's got baby energy. She's got baby
She
sister
is the
energy.
middle child.
You got middle child. I have been forgotten my whole life energy.
You can immediately
Listen.
tell, like, on instinct that she is the smartest one out of now all 5 that you've met.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
She goes, likewise for now. And she continues.
All right.
So you guys are all at the base of the stairs. You have a moment. You can walk up the stairs and roger your oyster.
So we're just gonna act like this isn't weird, that you just magically disappeared. She was here with them. All of this is just kind of coming to it's.
We've literally been questioning her since she popped back up. So no, we're not acting like it didn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't trust the second little one. And I will slice her up like I did Liam, like, without question.
But she's
And on that, I'm just going to walk up the stairs.
Mara, wait! And I like chase after him because I know what he's capable of.
Personally, I don't see an issue with it. You're not as... What's the word? Wouldn't say invested. I see no requirement for you to stay with the party at all times. And Raven's going to walk up the stairs.
I'm already... You guys are having this conversation. I walked with Levi. I turned and walked away from the...
But she says it to the other two. And walks up the stairs.
While walking up the stairs, Addie just goes, just like whispers, or like mumbles to herself, "What are the odds her name would be Lucy too?" And just keeps going.
The machinery sound gets louder and louder as you guys approach this room. Immediately upon entering, on the far side, you can see these doors that are each standing like 10 feet tall and like 8 feet wide, or let's say 7 feet wide. And they look grand. Each one of them has a sort of unique design befitting their magic type. Morrow, you can immediately sense the door to the far left, and in the corner of the room is a door that is pumped full of fey magic, and you can sense, Olifair, that the door to the far right is pumped full of eldritch magic. You're getting that same vibe, but because you don't have a relic literally inside of you, Beatrix, it's not like a potent, like, oh, there it is, but you're like, aha, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the damn door. As far as the rest of you, they all seem relatively the same. Yeah, there are 5 doors in total, instead of 6. Above them, there are these pipes that go straight up and then connect and start to interlock and intertwine and go all around the ceiling of the room, almost in a spiral-like pattern, until they meet, getting bigger and bigger as they go, until they meet this big orb in the center. And this orb is glowing constantly with black and white light. And it's not like flashes. Every so often you can see tiny explosions in it, but you can't hear anything. But it's cascading back and forth between the spectrum, white, and then back to the spectrum, and then black. And this orb is connected to a huge pipe that goes up like a chimney and out through the roof.
It was the 3rd door that I saw.
For what? The Nirvana door? Eldritch Power door? Eldritch Power door is the 5th door on the right. Fey door is the 1st door on the left. There's 3 other doors in the middle. There's other bits of machinery in the room, and you can see a lot of other people kind of moving around in lab coats, testing things, checking pipes and gauges, and making sure everything's running smoothly. Levi goes, and this is the part where I get bored. If anyone needs me, I'll be drinking somewhere else. And he turns into light and zooms out of the room. Liam goes, yep, that makes sense. He's a people person. For other people.
And this is where the peopling stops.
I don't know that I would want to spend my time with those people.
He goes, well, honestly, his bravado works for people. Keeps their spirits up.
He throws really great parties.
Yeah, with plenty of spirits up in the air to drink.
That sounds so loud.
He goes, we all got
Training,
different traits. We're siblings, all right? We're not twins.
He doesn't fare well with the Fae, does he?
It's not specifically the Fae. It's Levi thinks that the world is fine. He knows that things have to change, but that doesn't mean he wants them to. And that takes a lot of effort and energy that he's not willing to put in. Unfortunately, when it comes to the Fae, and Eldritch, and everything else, well, they want change. Us included.
Yeah, valid.
It seems like when you have great power, you don't worry about the minuscule things about little lives or others.
That's befitting. He goes, anyways, here it is. And as you can see, there is a chair, and there are 2 things that you hold on to, but there's no death traps. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. Anyways, we fit this hat on, and then we basically have you hold on to these 2 gauges here. One's going to gauge your astral, and one's going to gauge your umbral. They'll both keep those in place so that we don't pull that energy. From the cap, any additional energy that's within you, we can funnel out of you. Of course, we can also measure things with the same cap on you, which means we won't take all of it. Oliver, are you listening? He asks as you're clearly looking around.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a little encounter back there. Saw old comrade.
Oh, okay. You definitely touched the lake. Got it.
Oh no, you touched the lake.
Touched it.
Damn it, Ollie.
There's a difference. I didn't do it.
It's really hard to follow directions. I understand.
No. As a soldier, you would think... He puts his arm around him. I'm just messing with you.
Finish
It
that
was
thought.
rough for you in boot camp, wasn't it?
Mara, huh? Oh, ha ha. Everybody make fun of Olive here. Last time I checked, I'm the one with the fucking relic here, while you guys are still trying
Well,
to
then
figure
how
out what we're
about
doing.
you get in the chair first, then, Mr. Relic, and we'll figure out how
I
much
second
that
that.
energy is
Yeah.
in you.
leans over to me and goes, "Are you sure they're
Hey.
friends?"
Crazy. I was gonna do that before you guys all suggested. Now that you're suggesting, I don't even know if I want to do it.
No, you had the balls before we suggested, so prove us wrong.
While they're arguing, Dee's gonna go sit in the chair.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Fuck it.
Lucy walks over to you and she goes, "Sweet child, why are you sitting in this chair?"
Well, you need to do experiments on us, don't you? They're bickering amongst themselves. You might as well start with the smallest one. I'm not going to be missed. I'm like dust.
Our general purpose desires is to help you unlock the parts of you don't have access to. The chair is purely for extracting. Would you like a part of you to be fully extracted? Stay with me.
No.
Watching that
No,
interaction,
not really.
Addie just
Jumped off.
takes her spell focus off and puts it in her bag.
She kind of hands you. She kind of reaches her hand up to you. She goes, will you come with me?" Okay.
Thank you, Miss Lucy.
She kind of pats your head and just kind of pushes you back towards your friends. Listen, Liam speaks up. Listen, this is a choice that you have to make. This is not something we're going to force you to do, but the option is here. In all honesty, if you don't want to go through with it, or you'd rather go through with it at a later time, that is, of course, up to you. But know that you are safe here, beyond the borders of Karna. I don't know if this option will exist again, purely because you may not get back. We have a chance to end things.
Fuck it.
I'd rather learn how to use the side that's frozen than extract it personally. So
They're not
I'm gonna go
extracting the side that's frozen. They're extracting the eldritch magic and helping us learn how to access the side that's frozen.
Yeah, I'm good with that. But that's why I'm not sitting in the chair. I don't want anything extracted. That's what Miss Lucy just said.
Lucy goes, very good. She looks to Oliver and she goes, well, it's definitely you. You reek of it. Please have a seat.
Say reek, that just makes it feel gross. And I'm like looking at myself, I'm like, nothing looks different.
That may be a departure from my sisters, but I tend to have their angst. I mean, you know ill well.
I mean, I heard you look a little less horny than you used to.
Can I find something to throw at her?
Go ahead and roll for it, and I'll let you know if you do.
Listen, I ain't ever. Give me something high right now.
Let me see what my athletics is so I can catch it.
Net
Just shut
fucking
you up.
20
You find a
right
piece of
now.
scrap
Do I need to
metal
add in-
that's just on the ground, like hand
I'm
size, like a
chucking that-
baseball.
I am chucking that shit full force at her.
Can I roll to intercept?
Yes.
Nice.
Why would you intercept?
Because we are having fun.
That was a nat
Oh my
20.
god.
Thank you very much.
As you beam
The
it
rogue
up,
be Rogan.
Damn.
If you
First
beam
you
it-
put me on a fucking leash during the spiders, and now you're taking away my fun pelting her or something. Like, you just don't want me to live, do you? Damn.
Well, it's almost
Raven's
like one of us
become my
had to
biggest
make a
op.
mature
That's
decision.
crazy. Damn.
as you beam this piece
Imagine.
of metal, this chunk of metal at the halfling, you can see Raven just snap it out of the air and like hold it and like catch it for a second and put it down.
Raven's gonna look at. She's gonna look at Ollie.
Go ahead.
She just like kind of nods. You don't have to have the magic extracted. Like Liam said, it hasn't taken over you yet.
But isn't Eldritch Magic like one of those eventualities?
Well, all the relics are right now.
Oh.
Now, hypothetically speaking, how does the process go if I don't get it extracted? And this eldritch magic just starts building up in me. Like,
well, if we go back to the example of the water bottle and half of the water is frozen, essentially you are going to be more or less 1/3 frozen water, 1/3 unfrozen water, and 1/3, let's say, poison.
Oh.
Yeah. And over time, the water that is within you will become poison. However diluted is irrelevant. It won't be safe to drink. The longer it remains within you and you use it and you actuate it, the more it becomes a part of you. Now, you being of poison kind of works like the snake thing. Venomous versus poisonous. So your survivability may be fine. You may be perfectly fine. But you will no longer be the Olafir that stands before us. You will become an eldritch creature. Solely in genetic makeup. You may still look like yourself, but your power and totality will pull from eldritch magic.
What about his mind and his feelings? Will it change who he is at his core?
What we have been able to discover of the eldritch, based off of Nerabala lore, is that a creature fully composed of eldritch energy separates itself from all other creatures. Oh, water check. It's no longer inherently alive nor dead. It's the whims of mortals no longer exist. So perhaps in the first decade or so you may still crave food and sleep and hunger and thirst, but over time these things will be trivial in nature. Your body won't need it. And as you continue to separate yourself from mortals and mortality, so shall your morals. Because ultimately, why wouldn't they? If you think about the Fae, they live and exist in rules made up beyond the mortal realm. And they have every right to. They are not mortal creatures.
What he speaks is true.
well, I mean, if it gets me, there's some semblance of controlling it better or ridding myself of it, worth a shot, right? I'm gonna walk over to the chair and kind of look at each one of them, kind of linger over on Addie and Raven a little bit longer than the others, and then plop down and... Alright, let's do it before I change my mind and turn to a full eldritch horror.
Lucy walks over and grabs the machine to fit it around your head and like the strap around your neck. She presses a few buttons on it. You can see the gauges start to move as they're measuring your astral umbral, and then it just says other for whatever the other is. And he goes, all right, for this to work effectively, it may be best if you manifest the relic.
I'm gonna look at my hand and kind of put a little heart in it. Like, I hope I'm not hurting you, friend. And then pull the sword out.
Perfect. On these two handles here, go ahead and place the sword balanced on top of it.
I perfectly balance it on to the two bars.
She goes, very good. And she walks towards like different dials and stuff. Liam looks to you and he kind of kneels down beside the chair. And he goes, listen. If anything goes wrong, if anything happens, just look to me and we'll stop the machine. I'll be over near my sister. Is that alright with you?
Yeah.
I you need somebody to stand close to you. I don't want to touch you because I don't want to get like messed up. But like,
Marley's gonna get as close as she can. I just want to watch. I think you'll be really good at this.
I'd rather you not be this close, actually. I still don't know your true intentions, and, in case something does happen, I don't want to rage out and accidentally hurt you, even though I don't fully trust you.
Well, at least you don't want to hurt me accidentally. I like better with intention. And she steps back a sec.
We can arrange that. Mara just laughs.
Marrow.
Marley giggles.
Lucy goes, all right, and we're beginning. Starting with the syringe. And she pulls a lever, and you can immediately feel something like stab you in the back and inject into your body, and your whole body goes stiff in the chair, and you can't move anymore.
Oh, but see, that's not...
Oh, see, that's what I was afraid of.
She goes, it's better that you don't thrash about during the procedure. I hope you can understand. The machinery takes time to build. It's not about you personally. All right, on to the next section. And she pulls the next thing, and you can feel the clasp of the helmet kind of like stick down onto your head. It's narrowly like shaped to avoid your horn, almost as if the Carnatech within it is reforming it. As it like just creates this perfect seal, and it's like immediately starting to heat up. She goes, all right, everyone good?
Marley?
Investment so far, yeah. What's up?
Like, do we have each other's back if something crazy happens?
I won't let any of you die. I just probably would invite you to a birthday party. Not yet.
Liam goes, all right, we're turning the machine on to store and then convert into the Eldritch door. Lucy goes, very well then, flipping the switch. And you can see her put on some goggles, and then she just turns the switch on. Immediately there's like a spark in the helmet, and then like all the lights dim, and your sword starts glowing, and then it's getting like, the glow of the black flame is getting weaker and weaker. And as it's fading away, you can feel the energy coursing through you, up through your head, and up and out of the machine. All of the rest of the lights and stuff have kind of dimmed as the machine is kind of taking effect.
I'm looking at Liam.
Liam goes, we've just begun. All right, turn it off. And Lucy goes, okay, all right. And she pulls the switch back.
Keep going. I'm just looking at him because I'm like terrified, bro. I'm like, keep going.
She looks at you and she goes, this is not a toy. We cannot turn it on and off. She sighs. She goes,
I know.
How much did we get? And Liam's looking at the gauge and he goes, about 15%. He goes, it'll replenish in due time. Not nearly enough to cut off and sever the connection. She goes, all right, well, this machine's going to take a minute. At the very least, we can funnel what we have. And she starts pressing some of the buttons, and you guys can see that same black flow of energy move into the pipe structure, and it's going down into the Eldritch door.
Ooh,
your sword immediately draws itself back into your hand, and it cuts you on the way. You are taking 6 points of damage.
I'm so sorry.
He is so mad.
I'm like, I can't move my hand obviously because I'm still paralyzed. But I'm like, I'm so sorry.
She goes, all right. And she like flips the switch that put the like syringe in, and then a different syringe kind of like stabs you in the back, and it like you can feel like this cooling sensation as the paralysis is neutralized in your body. She walks over and like undoes your tin strap and takes the fitted thing off of your head, and it turns back into this oversized bowl like a hair dryer, and it goes up into the air. She goes, well, hope you all don't have plans for the rest of the day. We're gonna have to try this again in about an hour. Any objections? You faint? Okay.
I faint. I faint. Hit the ground.
You know, for as much as he faints, I would imagine he'd have more goat horns than Ram. And she is going to use her little might to try and like pick him up and hoist him onto the chair again.
Yeah, look.
Miro's gonna laugh at
I'm gonna
this.
try to help.
Two little halflings are going to try to pick up this big man.
Yeah, I'm literally gonna sit down. I'm laughing so hard at this. I'm not gonna help. I'm just gonna laugh. That is beautiful.
That's an 8.
Ew.
That's an 8 on strength right there.
Yeah, you're not succeeding. You're moving him, but like you've got an arm up and part of his shoulder.
Beatrix.
Beatrix, go ahead and roll that strength check.
Go ahead and roll that strength.
While they're doing this, Raylan's gonna go up to Lucy and quietly say, I have some questions, if you have time to talk privately.
We've got a few calibrations to make, but I'm sure we can meet up later on this evening if that's all right.
That would be lovely.
I'll find you at the dining hall. I'm sure it shouldn't be. And as she's saying this, the eldritch door explodes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not good, right? I can only assume that's...
Is engulfed in smoke, and none of you can see anything.
Wait, go.
Yes, you have a question.
No, I got devil sight or whatever. Eldritch sight. Does that help me at all?
Eldritch sight lets you see through darkness?
Yeah,
As if it's
magical
normal.
darkness.
Yeah, this
Probably
is
not
just smoke. Yeah. But you guys don't sense any eldritch magic leaking at all. In fact, it feels like it's completely gone. As
So the connections were severed.
You can hear footsteps of someone walking through the door.
Oh, shit.
Is that Melian?
Miro's gonna draw his sword.
Addie is also gonna draw her sword.
The smoke clears, almost as if it's being funneled out of the room, out of the very same door, and it all blows past Halo.
So we just fucked the city.
She looks immediately to Lucy. I'm going to cover Levi, because he's not here. She looks immediately to Lucy, and she goes, "Who would have thought that you, of all people, would provide me a way, and how lovely of you."
Patty turns to Levi, to Liam, and snaps, "I thought you said she couldn't find this place."
She knows where Tralis is, but she's not been able to get in. The city's been protected, but the doors are portals. It must have been enough magic for her to use it. We hadn't thought of this eventuality.
I'm clinging.
Real quick, Mystery, in the chat, can we get that cleared? My mod abilities aren't working.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say mine isn't really doing it for me either, and I'm like, I don't know why. Let me see if I can do it.
This is a good read.
You're right. I'm like, oh, come on.
I always forget how to delete a message. That's the
I
problem that I
can't
always run into.
do anything with it.
Marley?
There we go. We just press the band button.
I got it.
Oh, sweet. Oh, where were we?
I'm clinging now to Marley, trying to help her with where she's at to get him.
As soon as the smoke came in, I dropped all of here. I was like, nope. We got bigger fish to fry right now. You gonna have to wake up, buddy.
In her presence, all of your memories come back, Marley.
Oh. Oh no. Hi.
She looks around and she goes, "Interesting. Even here in your castle, the abundance weakens me." Impressive. I'll give you that. I remember what it was like to be a child with no power. This is almost like that. And she turns her eyes towards Oliver before looking to the rest of you. She goes, "He's got something I want."
That's strange. Too bad we can't all have what we want.
I'm not you. She holds her hand up, and the machine stops. And she kind of looks down at her hand and she goes, "There's a lot of interference here. That should have kept you all in place, no matter." And she swipes her hand, and the door that you guys all entered into seals shut. She goes, "Still works on the inanimate. Now, there's two ways we can do this. We can do this the easy way." And Liam interjects and is like, "Mother, we don't have to do this at all." I'm taking intentional pauses to give y'all moments to do insane. Just giving you the heads up.
I'm gonna slap Ollie across the face. Like, you gotta wake the fuck up now, buddy. Like,
Go ahead and roll for damage with that stab. You don't have to roll to hit because he's unconscious. If you roll enough
With
damage,
her little bitty hand.
yeah, if you roll enough damage, I'll let it wake him
Little
up.
baby ass head. I'm like 36 points of damage. I'm like, whoa. You really got that shit for real.
Unarmed strike. Just rolled it.
1 damage. Unless I add stuff to it. It's
Nope.
1 damage.
Yeah, no, he definitely. I'll let him decide if it woke him up or not, but it didn't look like much of a slap.
Nah, that didn't do shit to me.
Then just start beating on him like like.
How about a 19?
To slap him awake as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do
Ollie,
it.
what's up? Wait, so I'm taking
Raven.
No,
Yeah,
she
you
rolled
did-
the hit.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Oh no, that was my damage. The to hit was a 17. I apologize.
You don't have to roll to hit when they're
Okay.
fainted. That
Yeah.
was damage. You took
Yeah.
20.
Your unarmed strike is a 19?
No, I rolled for it.
Hold on,
Unarmed
not
strike
you.
should be just
Hold on.
D6s.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
your
like
level.
a D4 or a
Oh, wrong.
D6. Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say, like,
Well,
what are
Apologies,
you
that's my
No,
fault. I
that's
should have
just
specified
really
unarmed
nice.
strike.
No, you got it.
We're not high
Oh,
enough
but it is
level
a
for you to
six.
be hitting somebody like that with your hands. Like, hold
It is a
on.
6, though.
Not
It is a
Mr. Lung
6?
class,
Okay,
no.
so
Like,
with that 6, that's definitely enough damage.
Okay.
Okay. Whew, I was like, wait a minute.
Oliver, you need to wake up right now if you want your friends to live and you want to live.
what my ass? And I instantly kind of like, ow, what? Whoa, what?
Get coherent, get up, use your sword. She says this while on top of his chest because she's small. So she's like, you need to get up and use your sword.
I was
And
just
she
about to say,
like
I'm like,
hops
I
off.
feel like you're crushing my sternum.
She hops off.
Whatever exchange happened with Halo and Liam has resulted in Liam being telepathically lifted and thrown against a wall.
Damn.
Raven's gonna manifest her soul blades and step towards Halo.
Halo goes, "Alright. The other way then."
Beatrix,
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
What?
And Marley's gonna take a step towards Halo.
But you're a gift. You're a gift. You've always been a gift. Like, what is happening? Why? What?
She uses her action to summon her wraith.
Yeah, Marrow's definitely going to
And
swing on
stand.
Marley.
Go ahead and roll the hit.
Can I roll an Arcana to see what kind of
16.
damage?
Whoa! You were one shy away.
The sword swings.
That was on the dice. I get proficiency bonus, right?
Oh,
Ooh.
So,
I'm using a
16
longsword.
was the dice, yeah, plus your proficiency bonus.
Plus 3.
hit, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be 20.
Okay, you got me. You got me there.
Go ahead and roll for damage.
What level are we now?
Okay, I'm.
10.
Am I able to like run in between them? I know it's stupid.
You can definitely run, but you won't make it in time to run in between them.
What the fuck is happening right now?
I'm gonna.
What it looks like is sorry.
Oh no, you go first.
So what it looks like is happening is your little gift happens to be from Halo.
I'm not from, if it makes you feel any better. It wasn't given to you. You summoned me.
How did I summon you? What? I
don't know. I guess you really love your family.
You go, mystery. I have 5,
Wait,
so we gotta do 2 of this.
Okay, go ahead.
9, 1, 3, 7, 6.
26.
5, 10, 5, 4, 8, and then plus 4.
Whoa! I was
62.
following you that.
You got me hurting. You
Said I eat those.
I eat
Trix, how much family do you have?
And that was with the new red sword, if that matters. If it damages me, because I know that was a thing last episode.
No, it didn't damage you.
Okay.
Addie, do you remember?
Wait, I got to happen. The sword does a really good like shoulder to lower back cleave. She's moving away. The wraith that is summoned kind of pushes her towards Halo and stands in between the party and Marley. Halo takes a step towards Marley and goes, "Oh, that just won't do." And she takes her hand and she kind of just twists it backwards, and you can see the scab or the scar from the cut reheals itself, reducing the damage in half.
Damn, must be nice.
Thank you. Why the machine though? It's doing exactly what you wanted, she says, like Halo.
The machine is a pale comparison of what I can do within me.
But this is cleaner. It's efficient.
Efficiency is not what the world needs. Now, I've given you the second life. How do you intend to use it?
Oh.
As a reminder, and I'm gonna DM you something.
Who are you DMing?
Capri.
Oh. I was like, you DM me, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
Ollie's gonna flip shit at this point.
From the knowledge I've gained with being with them, and the knowledge I know from living my life without anyone, I don't want this. I don't want massacres. I don't want people having to fight over just what is theirs. And I feel like you giving me a world with those options would take away rebuilding what world there is now. I mean, you're hurting your own children. Not to discredit your works, I know you have to get your hands dirty to achieve something. And she kind of glances at Morrow. But at what cost?
She goes, "These aren't my children.
What?
This pack belongs to a different version of me."
Your astral side.
It's still you.
Lucy, like, oh, you're very quiet, Onyx. I heard what you said, but you're very quiet.
I didn't.
Try it again. That's much better.
I just said that's still you. Whether it's your astral or your umbral self, it is still you.
Lucy, who is near her brother Liam, is kind of making sure like he's breathing. And she goes, "They're right. Just because you don't see us as your children doesn't mean we don't see you as our mother."
And my mother
Like
across the room.
What?
I didn't catch either of them.
You first.
just like somehow I summoned what I could assume is the other side of my fucking sister somehow. And that's why she's apologizing and made the comment that apparently I love my family.
You don't recognize your sister? I mean, I recognize my mom.
I was so young. I was like...
Than when she last
saw me. She's a lot older. She was like 30-something whenever she died, but I was not. I'm the youngest.
She goes, "You're right. You should have died, and you didn't, and your umbral side did." And in that moment, after watching it happen a numerous amount of times, she points to the rest of you, I thought I'd take it upon myself to see if I could do the same. It turns out I could. Your sister is my creation of you. I saved the umbral side when the astral side that you knew died. Just like the umbral side of you died, and you continue to live.
And I got to watch my sister die. My baby sister that I took care of.
Like my Darren.
And now, the only time I remember you is when Halo is around. So that's why your questioning didn't work, and that's why I didn't know who I was. But now, right now I do. I'm not sure when that'll go away, probably when Halo does, or if I die right now. But I am so glad that at least you have a kid, and at least you had a husband. Because not even I could take those liberties. When you were gone, that was it. Our family shattered. You weigh so much more in people's hearts than you give them credit for, that you give yourself credit for. And then you were given a gift. And you were so focused on everyone else that you couldn't even appreciate what you had.
So you repay her by being a rat. Cool.
No,
I couldn't remember being a rat.
She can't.
That wasn't me, but that was me. And I'm sorry that you don't understand it, Morrow. And I'm sorry that you have a hatred towards me. But I feel like in another life, I could have at least tried to make your friend.
Look where you're standing.
I know.
That was a choice.
Marrow, she doesn't control her choices whenever she is not around Halo. Yes, she's standing next to Halo, but that's the only way she can remember who she is.
I'm afraid that's just not true. And Halo looks at you and smiles. I didn't take away her free will.
Exactly.
I showed her what this world is going to become. And I gave her a chance to be a part of the next one.
And if you want to say that what I was shown something else, something wrong, it's up for debate, it's up for grabs. But I saw what I saw, I made the choice that I saw. And even while working as a rat, I still tried to help you guys. I know spells didn't go through, I know that my healing hurt, but I still tried. I didn't choose to be bad. I just wanted to be right.
Look on the bright side.
You sound a lot like Halo.
Hila takes another step closer and she goes, look on the bright side. And a golden blade appears just underneath Marley's neck. At least
I love you, Marley.
you won't have to forget anymore.
Raven's gonna attack.
You're gonna have to close the distance and there's a wraith blocking you.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast her.
He's gonna take out the
close
wraith
the
with
distance and there's a
the
wraith
sword.
blocking you. So for reference, this wraith is about 10 feet tall. Powerful.
Oh,
and
okay,
fast.
that's helpful. Thank you. I didn't know it was 10 feet tall.
Well, he's gonna use the Eldritch Blade and cleave this giant wraith down.
Roll the hit.
Okay, so while they're doing this, I'm sending a message to Marley.
Does 19 hit?
Are you sending a
Does,
telepathic
yes.
message to me?
Yes. I'll DM it to you, and I will DM it to Mystery.
Thank you.
Marrow is going to use Blessing of the Raven Queen to teleport to the blade and try to hold it from where it's going to go.
Your Blessing of the Raven Queen doesn't let you move through objects, though, right? And the wraith would be considered...
It doesn't say move through, it says teleport.
Okay, cool.
Goes for more.
Okay, cool. Gotcha, registered. You're swinging to hit. You're attacking as well, right, Raven?
Yeah, she was going to manifest her 5 soul knives.
Okay.
And she was aiming them directly at Alo's head.
Halo is behind Marley, who's behind the wraith. There's
Come on,
too
precision.
many adversaries in line of sight.
Yeah.
16 points of damage.
Registered with the sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So your best target would be the wraith 10 feet in front of you. Because then it'd be 15 feet directly behind that is Marley, and then 20 feet directly behind that is Halo. And then 25 feet directly behind that is a broken door hole.
Can I use
She's
one
just got her blade manifested, then she doesn't do anything with it.
Can I use one of my berserk traits?
Yes.
Come on, Berserk.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use delay of death. And use my rage, so that way, if I take damage, it's lethal. I won't die immediately.
Okay.
Just the next time.
Come on, Quinn. When were you?
Addie?
Yeah. Recognizing the position that Marley is in, and that everyone else is now putting themselves in this attempt to save her. She looks directly at Marley and she says, using her cheerful disposition ability, she says, you get to choose how you come in and out of this world at this point. We all do. You have to make that choice right. And that gives all of my allies advantage on their next roll.
Come on.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
My heart.
That was good timing for that.
I'm gonna cast.
You can't cast because you decided to send a message.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair.
so I have to resolve this round of shit that's all happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will start with right after you finish saying, after Addie finishes inspiring everyone, Morrow disappears and reappears behind the wraith, who doesn't have the opportunity to turn around in time because a sword is cleaving through it, and it cuts cleanly through it, but it reforms itself because wraiths are basically ghosts made of energy, but it does do damage. As Raven takes a defensive stance with multiple blades kind of spiraling behind her. Just think the sage weapons from Final Fantasy 14. It's kind of what I'm going with for my mental. Anyways, Morrow, there's that flow of energy. You can sense like the blood within you is pumping, adrenaline on high, as the blade is just pricking your neck, and it would have cleaved through your head if Morrow hadn't grasped onto it. Morrow, did you want to dictate where you're grabbing it?
On the handle, obviously, on the hilt.
Oh, there's no hilt. It's just a blade. It's like
it's just a blade.
Like
of
a
gold.
chopping block.
And it was gonna come up
Like this.
like this. Oh, like that. I guess I'll just grab it on the not sharpened side and try to pull it back.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put my weight on top of the sharpened side and try to push down. Like that's not
Right.
something a trained fighter is gonna do. What?
It's dull enough that like you're feeling with a little bit more pressure, it might cut you. It is just a golden blade. It's not doing any weird magical shit.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately for all of you, we've got a lot of rolls to figure out, don't we?
I was just thinking about that now.
And one is going to me.
One is definitely going to you.
Let it be me. Let it be me.
Let's get all of these rolls played up. I gotta pause the music for a second because it's hype as fuck. But I gotta get through these fucking rolls, man. All right, so Cole's is random, and what did I click? Oh, nothing. Cole's is random, Onyx's is random, and Deontay's is random. There are 6 of you. I'm rolling a d6 for Cole's. That landed on a 5, which brings us to all of you. Congratulations.
Me. Unless it's bad.
I'm just gonna update that list. This one here is Onyx's, rolling it. It's a 5 again. I'm gonna re-roll it. It's a 3.
Dude, I'll take them all. I'll take them all, damn.
1, 2, 3. That one's going to Marley.
Dang, Marley gets 2, but I don't. Whack.
Well, one was given to me.
Yeah.
I know.
And the last one is a 4, which is going to Morrow.
Well, oh yeah.
Okay.
There were 4 random.
Their beard.
Okay.
Feather beard.
Yes.
Honestly, I was so excited when you got it.
Yeah, no, that was so hype.
If it's feather beard or fish mucus, we're fine. Everybody's okay.
Okay.
We don't have any cats in this one.
I'm pulling up the whole list. Let us see how this goes. Oh, yeah, we can roll that right.
Real quick question. Is it actually worse if there's not a cat licking you while you're also covered in cat mucus?
Yes, because then you're just stuck with it. At least the cats clean it off, so it's like, it's nasty, but at least you're not covered in fish.
I'm gonna roll
I think we have different opinions anyways.
We'll save that for after. Here's the first roll.
I'm sorry.
And we can't see what it is because I put pictures on top. 1 second. We're just gonna drag those down here. If y'all knew the amount of fucking folders and stuff, this thing's like. There we go. 14. Interesting. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm actually writing them all down because there's 4. That's gonna affect you very interestingly, Ollie. For what I know is happening next in the story. All right, second roll. That's a 9. Who's that going to?
I think the hardest part is
I
remembering.
got 2, and then Marrow got 1.
Might have saved your life. This
Damn.
is from Ulf. That might have saved your life.
Damn.
We'll see what the next one says though. Which is a never mind, didn't save your life. It is a 20.
Oh,
no, that's good. The 1 is the bad one.
I was gonna say 20 is the great one. That's the one where you get to change it.
So I got a 9 and a 20. Cool.
It's the 1 and the 20 don't work the same way in the presence of certain NPCs.
Wow, god damn it. Okay.
That's why I'm like, it's gonna be interesting.
There's always a catch.
Yes.
I just wanted to indicate that after, like my resistance right now is to cold.
Okay.
For my daily resistance.
Are you setting your resistance right now to cold?
No, you said it when you wake up. I just didn't mention it.
What resistance did you set last episode? Because it's the same
I
day.
didn't set one yet. It was when we leveled up.
Gotcha.
I got the ability.
Okay. I'll let it slide this time, but stay on top of that.
I will.
And then the last one is for Morrow, which is a 1. Which is also not good because that's the other half of that thing. Okay.
Oh, lordy, lordy.
Oh, I love how this is coming out.
Let's go inside.
Thanks, guys.
Right here.
Howie.
We'll start with
So before this all plays out like a whole lot, if we're not gonna take an intermission tonight, I have to run to the bathroom real fast.
Okay, we're gonna take 4 minutes, folks. Be back at the top of the hour. 4 minutes.
That's fine.
Let's do it.
I'm cool with that.
Super short
Just a
intermission.
people break.
And Cole, you're on camera for whatever reason, so say hi to the people for intermission.
Hi. It's probably from the adjustment that was made for last week.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Also, I don't think it was you clicking on anything. I had my pen by my mouth and I clicked it right at the mic. That's probably what you heard. You're like, what did I click? Nothing.
You have to go use the PP.
I already did.
Oh, you did?
Turned off my camera and I dipped. And Mystery's like, you good? Everything okay?
I'm telling you guys, I don't
really
read the
had
side
to go.
chat during
I was like,
game.
No, I know.
Broken or something? Like, what's going on?
And
Come on,
Ryan,
waiting
how you
for
holding
you.
up?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my voice is struggling, but we're getting through it.
I'm a little concerned on whatever decision I decide to rewrite because I still have to have the finale of this episode be the thing that it does. So I'm like, okay, just be prepared to have to write that in. But there's also a 1 roll, which I get to choose. So this could work.
You can go ahead and be like, so go ahead and do your 20. You're like, hey, so 1 undid exactly what you did. It's like, ghetto.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I would.
I'm enjoying it.
That's what the difference between you and me, because I do it. Like, I'm petty.
We know you are, boy.
Damn.
Oh, wait, is that what the 20 is? Is you choose? Was that like the one
20
decision?
you choose, 1 DM chooses.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I got the 20. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you better work on that decision.
Yep, because your thing is coming up
You got
first.
2 minutes. You got 2 minutes, cuz. 2 American minutes. What are you going to do with them?
Every time a 12 is rolled, you toss me a curveball because we worked on that a little before. And so like I have bits and pieces of that info, but it's just enough that I don't know. That it's just like this is an adventure.
Right.
But I know there are 12 choices.
Y'all ready?
Oh, shit.
Is everybody back?
Yeah, everybody back. All right.
Thanks for coming to therapy.
Super short
Do
therapy.
smashing real quick.
Drink a quick, drink water, don't forget to smile. Love you, bye.
All right. Let's see how this all plays out. First and foremost,
He's having his last meal.
Marley, Destiny decided a single decision in this episode can be changed for better or for worse by you. The effects will become clear immediately to all characters everywhere. What do you decide?
I want to retract me pulling out my wraith. And yeah, I want to retract pulling out my wraith. So that way I think their attacks would go through to what it was supposed to if the wraith wasn't there. Because I still want to say the important things that were said during that time. But I feel like having that barricade could help in things.
Yes, due to your height differential, they can all actually target Halo. Because you're considered a small creature and Halo is a medium.
Come on.
Okay.
So we will do combat at that time. Let me go ahead and tell you guys what everything else is that takes place. We still have Fate Shattered. Don't forget that. Let's see. Marley, as you're standing there and the blade reaches up towards your neck, I'm going to let all of you re-choose your combat actions at this time as Marley starts to turn to stone.
Counterspell.
It's not a spell. This is the other roll.
If she's turning to stone, Mara won't use this teleport or react in any way. It'll just take a defensive stance.
Molly's gonna take the opportunity to raid at that point, and then pull out his Eldritch Blade.
I'm gonna put my spell focus back on.
And Raven is sending all 5 of her daggers directly at Halo's head.
Roll to hit.
That's a grenade launcher.
Raven, come on.
Don't forget your advantage.
Okay.
Because I absolutely would have still said those words to help everyone.
Gotcha.
13, 17.
Wait, hold on. What are you rolling? Damage or hit?
To hit.
You have to roll to hit with each individual one?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, gotcha.
I think that's what we decided.
Because you're tossing them, not swinging with them.
I mean, tossing is a loose word, but yes.
You are launching them.
Yeah.
You're propelling them at great speed. Okay, yeah, so as a ranged attack, each one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, 13, 17.
17, 20.
Crit.
16. How many was that?
4.
4.
And like a 29.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, 29.
2 of them hit.
Awesome.
You can
And
roll
they
damage.
do.
Right to the head.
And they do a 1d6 piercing damage, with I'm going to infuse them with my catalyst.
Okay.
Which is going to be lightning damage for vengeance.
Okay.
And you said 2 of them hit?
Yes.
Uh, 14 damage for both blades.
They each did 14?
No,
14
14 total.
That's plus the lightning?
No, that's not plus the lightning. Sorry. 14, and then that adds plus 10 lightning damage. I don't know if that's per blade or... Okay, so then plus 20 lightning damage.
34 in total.
Yeah.
Both blades fly out and pierce into the shoulders of Halo. The golden blade that was floating towards the now petrified Marley falls to the ground as her concentration is broken. Immediately, lightning surges off of both of them, creating quite a spectacle. And over to the far right, you can hear a crunch as Lucy steps on her glasses. And she lets down her hair, and the temperature drops. And the lightning freezes in place. She looks to you and she goes, "Not bad." Allow me to explain. I can understand that there's a little bit of confusion. So I'll just throw this picture up on screen and remind you of a person that y'all met named
Alice.
Mother.
Named Alice, who used to be called
Celia.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure, Celia?
Yeah.
No, it was what was her
No.
mom's name?
It was the
It was
it
Celia because the child was AJ Alice Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Or is this the Alice that was
or is this
Melian?
This is
There's
either
Celia.
Melian or Alice.
The broken door, a different woman clad in ice
Too bad.
walks in,
I'm sorry.
Was she a bad bitch? Oh,
and
I'm
she
gonna tell
goes,
her. Oh.
if you're going to kill her, you have to do it like this. And she raises her hand and slams it down, and your frozen swords cleave in an X formation through Halo's body.
Mommy? Is that Mommy?
Oh, Alice.
Yeah, Marrow says, okay, I like her. That was hard as fuck.
The room is covered in frost, and Liam's body as well. You can see he's almost got that permafrost? I can't remember the word suddenly.
Yeah.
You know, when frostbite, thank you, but the bad one.
Frostbite.
Yeah. That is frostbite, yeah.
Really bad frostbite as it's like sinking into his body because he's been unconscious and bleeding out. You can all feel the cold, and it is slowing your movement, so your movement has been halved. Halo turns her head and she goes, Alice? Before she falls over. In her weakened state, being in Ortalis with the conflux of magics spiraling all over the place, both Alices knew this was quite the opportunity to get rid of a problem. Unfortunately.
Is that fucking AJ and Alice? I'm sorry.
No, it's Melian and Alice.
Melian and Celia stand before you. Melian's on the left, Celia's on the right, just in case there's curiosity.
She hot as
She's
shit.
a baddie.
I'm a step on him. Sorry.
How long am I stoned?
Can I roll for gay?
The petrification breaks as Alice falls, as Halo falls to the ground and is bleeding out. Her blood is a shimmering white, almost like somebody threw glitter in milk, and her body is starting to disintegrate. Your memories are retained.
Can Marrow, I know this sounds weird, but can Marrow put his sword in her blood? It's just a satisfaction thing. I'll feel better.
Okay.
Marrow.
You're welcome to.
I did it. I did it.
No.
Raven's gonna run over to Liam.
As you start to run over to Liam, a wall of ice blocks your path. Now we have 6 other issues to deal with.
We don't have to have an issue.
He's dying. Absolutely. Can't we help him?
Can we help him?
They're looking at each other, and it's clear that they're communicating, like, telepathically.
Through the snowflakes.
And Melian goes, well,
snowflakes.
It seems that we have a bit of a problem. I don't think that we should.
Why?
You should what?
Help.
Help him, us, yourselves. I'm sorry, I'm not able to read your mind.
Why do you want to save him?
He's helped us. It's just what people do for each other.
No.
He's treated us with dignity and respect, and he deserves the same.
Don't lie. Don't lie to yourselves. Melian sits on the ground. And you can tell that she's just frustrated from all of it. Celia she's got her hand pointed at the wall, and she's the one who cast it. The wall of ice is kind of just blocking it off. Celia looks to you, Riven, and she goes, "You understood. You're the only one that just acts. You don't need a reason. You don't need a motivation. Sometimes, sure, whenever you're mortal. I suppose that's what I was like. But I don't really have anything tying me down to this place anymore. And the one thing that I've learned in their absence is that even I acted for them. for me, not selflessly. Whatever ambitions we want to put beside and behind whatever things that we're trying to do, it's all a waste. It's all effortless. You're only here to help yourselves. So are they. So is he. So is she. Doesn't matter what just cause you put behind it.
There is no just cause. Everyone acts out of their own interest. There is no right. There is no wrong. There just is.
You're wrong. You're so wrong. There can be. Do you not realize where you're standing right now? Do you not realize who we are? And Million looks and goes, don't tell them.
The rest of you are Halo's children. She's a science experiment.
No. Million sighs and stands up and she goes, I'm Astro Alice. We've been split. As far as anyone is concerned, we're no different than anyone else. I'm sure with enough tactical precision you could probably kill us too. But you're not going to. Because where you're standing right now is the epicenter that can still change this world. It can stop the selfishness. It can stop the suffering. Put everyone on equal grounds, just like we are. I understand quite clearly why Celia hates me. But here we are working together. It's not because we want to find common ground. It's because we understand that the way Halo wanted things, the way Melanie wants things, the way they want things, it's not the way it should be.
And what gives you the right to determine what should and should not be?
Celia looks and she kind of like snaps at you. Because it's a right everyone should have. I'm not taking. Don't you understand that? That's what they do. That's what they want. Yes.
The reason we want to help him is because he hasn't taken anything from us.
We wouldn't be here if he hadn't.
Explain.
The same magics that kept Halo out, kept us out. Any minute now, Melanie's gonna probably walk through that door next. This missing piece of the map just became hot on the radar. But guess what? I just told you, you are standing at the epicenter of magic right now. So go ahead. And the ice wall starts to like break and shatter into like smaller pieces. And Liam's behind it. Significantly more cold and frostbitten. Help him. Don't. It doesn't matter what we're going to do. You can't reverse.
Exactly. I'm not trying to stop you.
Good.
The people who are in power, they will do as they will.
No.
Is that not what you are trying to do?
There will be no more people in power.
Right now, you're the people in power. Do you not see that?
We do. Million looks up to the machine, and then down to the doors, and then back to you guys. You all should leave, or stay. If you value whatever you have left of your life, decide. And as she says that, she looks back up and she holds her hands up towards the machine up above. And you can see frost start building over all of the different tubes and tunnels. You can hear the like wrenching of metal that is contracting from the cold.
Can I want to run over to Liam and cast Healing Word.
Mm-hmm.
And also, can I use Perception to see if I can find the gear that I gave him?
No,
or is that in the machine?
It's in the machine, yeah.
Okay. I thought it would be like one of those, like, just on the thing.
No, it's like the size of your hand. It's in the machine.
Okay, so I just cast Healing Word to Liam and try and pull him over
and see him kind of like catch his breath and like immediately he's looking at his now twin sisters and goes, "You have to stop them."
Why?
He goes, "Because what they're about to do." But he doesn't get to finish the sentence as everything goes white. That's the end of episode 14.
Okay, well, I think we're dead, but that's fine.
Dude, I totally wanted to go over
in a winter wonderland.
I was trying to like interject because I was gonna go over to the Nirabalador and focus on all of the energy and pour all my emotion into a mending spell, hoping that maybe the collaboration of magic would fix it and end all of this.
Before next episode, y'all need to decide where you want to end up. I will make sure I post the map again. The road is your oyster. Each continent. It is 100% a decision y'all have to make. Doesn't have to be unanimous. I'm going to take it out of there's 2 of you, so 4 votes on any specific location. Wins it. Feel free to discuss and all of that jazz. And I'm guessing you want to meanwhile.
I'm assuming you have one.
Oh.
Did I ever get my roll?
You did. Oh.
No, you didn't. You sure didn't.
See, that's why I'm like, fuck.
You did get your roll. Okay. I just didn't say it out loud. My apologies. Your roll was astral enemies recognize you as one of their kin until you take a short rest or a day has passed. If you have died, you will be in it will be umbral enemies instead. My apologies. But that's basically the reason why they're treating you different.
Oh, rather than killing us?
They did say that there were 6 enemies left.
Yeah, shit.
Meanwhile, because you all apparently want one.
I love this shit.
The astral and the umbral are gone. And that is the end of episode 14.
You're so ghetto for that. I hate you.
Oh my god.
Man. Oh, I'm weak.
Just playing with our feelings at this point.
He's baiting you.
So
I'll explain what it means then after, so I know you're curious.
Yeah.
So Onyx, did you enjoy the family reunion? You're gonna bring mac and cheese next time, right?
I appreciate the breadcrumbs you gave me to be able to have her have that epiphany, but I did not expect to bawl like a baby. I don't know what happened there, but it definitely happened.
That was what I wanted. That's all I've wanted this entire time. Since Mystery asked me to do this character, I was like, I can't wait to make her cry. I cannot wait to make
the first thing I was told.
You're a monster.
It felt good.
This episode was confusing and definitely a little bit railroaded. I had to get you guys to a point, so I apologize on that end. But everything's about to open back up. What I can tell you, which I'll tell you right now, and then I'll answer any questions and afters, but I'll tell you this right now. If you want to maintain the objective of finding the relics, that is still absolutely on the table. That aspect of the world has not changed, even though the people that had agendas are one by one disappearing. That part is also intentional, so that you cannot be put on a path unless you decide to be on it. So, if that's what you still want to do, do not fret. That part of the story can very much still exist. It's up to y'all as characters. to decide on what that means. Wherever you guys decide to end up next is up to you, and I'll need an answer for that by Monday. Outside of that, please tell the people who you are, who you play, and where they can find you.
I'm Nicole. I play Adriana Andreas, and you can catch me on Roll for Trauma being a salty bitch once a week.
What? Anyway, sorry. I don't know how to follow that. Okay, I'm Onyx. I play Beatrix Delphine, and you can definitely see me getting traumatized at least once a week on Roll for Trauma.
I am Capri, also known as Marley K, also known as Michaela, Beatrix's sister. And you can find me here on Roll for Trauma, making my loved ones cry.
I'm Scarecrow. I'll play Marrow. You can find me on Roll for Trauma.
I'm Deontay. I play Olafir, Waylian, Instagram, TikTok, Dapper_making 2.0. You know the vibes.
And I am Violet. I play Raven Finley, and you can find me here on Roll for Drama.
We can clearly find everyone on Roll for Trauma. But hey, Eddie, thank you so much for being here. Can't wait to see you on the next one. We've made it to the halfway point. Good luck, folks. Say bye, players.
Bye, players.